Hey, Joycey. I'm here a little early today, so we can just get a head start. Hey, Beck. Randy really likes it when I stream because it gets me in the studio. It just went black. I wonder why. YouTube just went black on me. And the whole thing went black. Yeah, camera's on. It just tested. Let me refresh. A little blip. I don't like those little blips, but that was on my end. My internet blipped or something. Something. Is that better? Hey, Wendy. I'm glad I came on early. Oh, Joycey, the price on the Uhu Blue 12-pack has already dropped $8, so I figure it's going to be back down where I can afford it. And I figure if any of this comes undone, I can always redo it. I can add some Aleene's tacky glue. Of course, some of these may not have gotten any in the first place. Because at least it'll be designed and in the studio. Yeah, Joycey knows all about the one, so does Beck. Sometimes between StreamYard and YouTube, they balk a little. But I do have to tell you that StreamYard doing the stream and sending it straight to YouTube, I think they've got a different pipe because it pops right up on YouTube as a live. And I saw Beck yesterday. Didn't you have to restart your stream again? I saw a take 2. If you'll go through StreamYard, you don't have to start a second stream. I don't think you're doing StreamYard, are you? I know I've been labeled a know-it-all, but I've got the Tombow green glue pen. But the these glue sticks have so little water in them. I think that's what makes them so flat, and I dearly love how flat these pages are. Joycey lost chat the other day too, and she was on StreamYard. The other thing too, I think Tombow's probably more expensive than what we've been using. Some of those glue things can get kind of pricey. This is a good place to use this since I started to do it the other day. It's nice here today. We've got sunny and 44, I think. 49. We're having a heat wave. Yeah, I think Joycey can refine me, but I think that we've got the price on these Oohoo's at about $2 a piece, and a 12-pack lasted me a year. Joycey does more gluing than I do, so hers hasn't lasted quite that long. The price we're used to paying is $22 or $24 for 12. And then for some reason, I think it was supply and demand, the price went up to $35, and it's already dropped $7. So be good. I'm just going to put this down on. I want to try to save this. If Robin's watching this, she'll have a heart attack. She puts her glue on the paper mostly. And I get better results if I do it like this. My lineup is better. And then you just have to make sure that you don't leave a gap without glue. The Oohoo is drier than this Avery. And Robin told me that every glue stick she's ever tested has turned out not to be as good as the Oohoo. And since she's a professional bookbinder. No sense in reinventing the wheel and arguing. Know-it-alls get that way because they listen to people that know what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm using Aleene's Tacky. This is a 3-ounce bottle from Dollar Tree for $1. I'm really turning into a Dollar Treeer. And I like that size. It's easy to just pop in them upside down in a place where I keep project supplies. Rather than having a big old honking economy size bottle. I don't care how much space you have. At some point, gets covered over. If I had a lunchroom full of lunchroom tables, every one of them would be piled and nothing would be put up. Except then what I'd probably do is buy more stuff to fill up. Just look at that. That's so pretty. I mean, just a little bit of stuff off a jelly plate and a little bit of pattern, and you've got a very pleasant page. We've got this black right here. I'll tear that right here. And for those of you who haven't watched Robin McClendon, it's Robin with a Y. She's doing a regular Saturday night video on YouTube about the jelly dexing, jelly plating on a Rolodex card. On Saturdays. I put got a shower and put my hoodie on and had to come out of it. All the lights make it a little bit warmer. This paper, I do believe, is rice paper. It's either rice paper or calligraphy. And I think it's rice because I remember buying it in a roll. And this is a big piece. Now then, that's a little more manageable. I haven't done this before, so I think that might be a good place to do it. Yeah. Cover up the least amount. Somebody dinged. It wasn't me. Had to have been me. There, now we've got another piece. It doesn't make sense to have two at the top. I think I will just put it right there. The wetness sure does make a difference on the glue. When I started with mixed media with the Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives, we were using watered down Elmer's. And those pages just look like the ocean, which is fine. No big deal. Especially for that kind of a project. But I have to give her credit. Those are the ones that really got me going in mixed media. I mean, there's no better way to loosen up than have 15 minutes and 20 pages. And what it does, I mean, it's really a good practice. But what it does is it gets you accustomed to not caring where you put something down. Just put it down and go on. And you train yourself to make more intuitive choices. And I think some intuitive scripting. Let's see if we've got anything else for that. Let me check you guys. Oh, you were just on normal YouTube. Okay. For my little brain, look how well that blends in. It's just so cool. For my little brain, for some reason, and I can't explain it, getting on with StreamYard is easier for me. And y'all know my brain is kind of weird, so you got to keep that in mind. Come right over here to my file system, and I've got my little bitty bits. Looking for something to put. Most of these little scraps are left over from the Boy in the Moon book. So they are scrapbook papers and stuff. And pieces of, you know, like this, which are still handy, but not for this. Could always use a smash burger piece of glassine. I had fun collecting those when I was just starting. Because they jelly print just as good. So I look at something like that and I just see ugly. And I know that it shouldn't be, but I think I enjoy this part as much as anything, just digging through your scraps. And sometimes as I'm looking for something, I come to the big realization that it doesn't need anything. That's a punch. And I've got all my little pre-made file folders. Now, when I need something like that, let's see if I can remember where it is. There's a window. some more little, like ink blots, but you know, little round. I think that's enough to mess with. Oh, cool. I would love to have a, is it Miniso or Daiso? They may be different. Yeah, hello to the lurkers. Okay, now if I were to use this, I don't want to get too far into making it into a, you know, like a journal page. This is still just to be patterns, you know, not necessarily tuck spots and stuff. Let's just fold that down. And I think that's exactly what it does, so I'm not going to use it. And I like this pea green color. I used to have people travel 2 hours to get me to pull needlepoint colors for them. It was such a hoot because I didn't know why they were doing it. And I could pull some strange colors. We used Pattern A and 100% wool at the time. That was the gold standard for needlepoint. Off-centered. We just got our very first dollar store in the county where I live. I mean Dollar Tree, not dollar store, but Dollar Tree. And I don't know if being the we're Walmart headquarters, sometimes that is a factor. Now I saw the petroglyphs. Is that what Patty calls them? Patty Tolly Parish, her stencils are at 1 stencil. And I really, really like them. This is too. Yeah. And this one's too blue. Yeah, it might not be bad. Let's do that one. These are the MIDI pads. Get my little brush out. See, same, but different. Repetition with variation. So for me right here, I'm doing repetitions of bluish color. No. Oh, it doesn't have one on that side. Well, howdy doody. Now that's cool colors right there. You wouldn't ever think about pea green with aqua, but it isn't bad. Yeah, I did, Joyce Abel. I went up and down every aisle. Randy dropped me off because we'd had lunch, and he said, there's no point in me going back to where I came from. So I wish I had some paint on this, on those lines. See, that was just a mop-up page, so I can do that. The orange, Golden's orange interference. He said, well, how long are you going to be? I said, I don't know. It's a brand new Dollar Tree, and I'm going down every aisle. Now, I've been looking for the bath mat that Robin got some beautiful jelly print patterns from. So that helps a little. But they've discontinued it, I guess. I got the kitchen mat. Which is really cool. And I bought one to put in a Happy Mail package for someone who sent me some stuff. I didn't realize there were two in a package. So I got two packages. And the babies are here and Poppy's gone. So we'll see. Our new little boy's doing so good. He was real nervous, skittish the first couple of days. But he's sleeping in the big bed with everybody else like he'd been doing it his whole life. And I don't think anybody had ever mistreated him. I think he was just felt rejected because his breeder apparently kept him for 18 months or so before she gave him to a rescue place here. And then this lady, one of her main schnauzers got cancer, so she had to get rid of the youngest one, which was our Cappy. So I think they've got people feelings. I had a Siberian Husky one time that Someone bought him as a puppy, and they're a tremendous amount of work. I didn't need one either. Okay. And took him back at 7 months, and I bought him at 8 months old. And he never did get over that feeling of being abandoned. Oh, I would love to have some of that bath mat, the one with the bubbles and then a hole, bubble in a hole and bubble in a hole. Did you get the kitchen mat too? Because Lord knows I got enough of those. This is the kitchen mat. Since we have it out, let's use it. And I noticed one of these little brushes the other day at the Dollar Tree. It was that medium size. It was this one, I think. These are the best brushes for putting eyeshadows down. That's what I was using it for the other day. And it's a makeup brush. You just, there, that's kind of nice. Well, I'll send you one of these. Yeah. Well, she got some beautiful patterns. Okay. I'm liking it so far. I think all we need now is a little bit of ink. It's fun to see what you get. Just let the brush do the work. Here. There. I'm quite proud of those. And I do love this pea green chartreuse color, but it works perfectly right here. Almost knocked my water pitcher over. I was watching Patty, watching her the other night do her intuitive scripting, and hers are so neat and exact, which is fine. It looks beautiful. And then here I come and I just slap it on. Got something broken in my hair dryer. Hear that? Cool. I'm happy with that. Didn't notice. Hey, Gail. You were lurking, weren't you? Joyce, do you have your messages on? And we'll do a little swap. Or you just tell me how to get in touch with you. I'm all over the internet, phone number, home address, everything. So, but I will send it to you. I think I'm gonna quit. I don't want to put any right there. I'm done. I'm done. Alrighty. I want to use the same color. Just using things that are here on my desk. I wonder what coral. I think I might use it. They're so much prettier thinned out. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it, so I'm going to cut the whole page. Funny, when I start doing these journal pages, I just don't want to quit. Every day I go, I want to do some more. But y'all are very forgiving. Boy, you talk about my oil painting sessions being slow. I'm watching a video from a guy who, steady-o. Well, he's on the 12th 3-hour session. Problem is he doesn't talk. What y'all let me do that for? All right, we're just going to do that. Make it look like we meant for it to be there. And that's okay, because I'm going to do that page. Uh-oh. Sumi ink is... Jesus. I'm leaving it. Remind me to put a piece of paper next time I do that. Piece of paper. I know better. I'm just getting a little bit of a hurry. We're enjoying being semi-retired, more retired than semi, and it's fun, but sure doesn't help the old pocketbook. You did it anyway. No, you didn't. instead of playing Angry Birds at night, which is kind of my way of just the day's over and I'm done. I don't think there's a TV show in the world that or a movie that requires your full attention, unless maybe it's what we're watching now, which is a miniseries on the drug trade. That, I mean, it's a fiction thing, but how the Mexican drug cartels got started. So it's got characters and families and everything. Anyway, it's subtitles, so you kind of do have to pay attention. Okay. Somebody died on this page. Now I'm just going to sneak over here a couple pages. Just put down something like that because we just used one. So anyway, I started. What did I do with them? Oh, I know. Put them in one of those handy dandy zipper bags. Except I didn't decorate mine because I like to know what's in them. There's a little watercolor of a cellophane package I like to mess with. Business card size. Come on now. That would be little boy. I don't think he was allowed to bark before. This one's kind of cute. This one's in progress. This was using my eyeshadow as pastel on black sanded paper, and I really need to use. I'm not sure. People work on black sanded paper all the time, but I've never done that much of it. And then my little leaf. And there's no reason for me not to. Oh, and this one. This is a little like a little Greek village. Just a little street. There's no reason for me not to do a bunch of those. I mean, I've already got a website and everything, so it, you know, that needs desperately to be worked on. Okay, they need to quit now. All right, so there we have that. And here we have this. And I'm going to cut a square and put on each page, and then we'll go from there. I haven't done any squares. Or maybe rectangles to go with the page. That would probably be a better idea. There's that. And I think I'm going to go this way. That feels about right. So if I did that, let's see if I do it this way. That's too much. So there. And then just a little different size. Raw edges and all. I like it. Let me go yell at them like a mad fishwife. Hey, that's enough. Stop it. You stop that barking. And you too, little man. Shh. Mama's on TV. They are so cute. She's decided she's going to be friends, and I got to show you a picture. Well, that's not a very good one. Well, this is BJ, who never is friends with anybody. This is his head in my lap, and this is little boy with the Harry Potter thing on his head. The difference in their heads, and BJ is a small Minnie. And here they are together, head to head. There's BJ, and here's the Cappy. I'm not the world's best at taking. Oh, and here's Minnie with Cappy. I think I showed somebody this the other day. Anyway, Cappy's got his head on Poppy's pillow where the computer is sitting, and Minnie's laying right beside. Now, BJ tries to get in this spot. Minnie has a fit, but she's doing great with it. Hey, Jill. I know, isn't that cool? A lightning bolt. Yeah, those 3.5-year-olds are about like puppies. Now that Minnie's got somebody to play with, she's not near as demanding on our time. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm putting it down, and I think I'm going to put the raggedy edge at the top. No reason. Pets are the best medicine, and second only to art. If it hadn't been for our Annie, who in 2001 was about 13 months old, I would have died trying to get out of our house, our bedroom window. But I've, in my animal brain, felt responsible for her, and we made it. I know that's icky conversation, but there are people out there who need to hear it. I hear from them all the time. And there are too many people who don't feel like they're allowed to talk about it. So that's part of my mission on earth, is to help those people. Let's just put that right there. Let's not do what I did Tuesday. Let paint spew all over the... Now that's just coming up quite nice. That one, I just dropped something. I'm gonna have to, maybe a big rubber band on the end would keep these from falling off, because I really like having them to use this way, but not the falling off part. Let me look on this one. That's brownish. Pull that one out just in case. All right. And of course, it's a vertical pattern, so it doesn't get any better than that, Gio. Oh, wow, Joyce. See? That'd be scary, because you would never know if they were going to come back and finish the job. I'm going to cut this right here where the next girl starts. Were you still living at home? neater than I usually am. Crooked. Now remember, we're not after design words here. We're after playing crooked. Oh well. So if that's the case, then I could do crooked on purpose. Let me see what's coming up next on this one. Whoops. It's the trouble with these 4-inch wide ones. They're kind of hard to get started. Let's see if we can use that. Now that covers my goof. When it doesn't cover it, it accents it. And that little trick has come in handy more times than you would ever know in the graphics business. There. Now it doesn't bother me so much. 1972. I got married for the first time in 1973. That one lasted 3 years. Which is about 3 years longer than it should have. All right, I'm looking through my stash back here. I want a circle. Not for any reason other than I want a circle. And that'll do it. This is so slick. I just love being able to do this. And I want my circle to be, pull that off, push that back. I want my circle to be about like that. That's all there is to it. Now put this in the middle where you want it. Oh, I get it. You don't have to hold the thing as it goes around. Oh. And I've been trying to hold this little donkey thing in my hand and put this back where you don't get cut. Because if anybody's going to get cut, it'll be me. Now, I like you. I sound like Joyce. I'm sorry, Joyce. Here I am copying your stuff. All right, I am through with that coffee. Yeah, I was on a 3-on 3-off schedule for a lot of years. And not that there's anything wrong with it, but I always left on my own accord. I never had another warm bed waiting for me. Not that you win any prizes for being broke and starting over, but yeah, I think those are 2 really nice pages. I think I'm not going to do any more on that. I'm putting a little bit of that orange paint off here. There. And this came off that piece of paper. This is where I blotted that red dye the other day. I mean, the red ink. Let's just see. I really do kind of like that right there. Don't need to be making any more new papers when you use every scrap that's laying on your desk. And it's wet from the handywork. Now see, if you were doing this for anything other than just practice, you'd have to think about, do I really want to put that on there? You'd have to think about it. And then that ruins the spontaneity. So what you're trying to do here is get the spontaneity that helps your brain trust what your muse is telling you. Does that make sense? Hello, Miss Lynn. So we want to trust our intuition more. And the only way you're going to build that intuition is by practicing letting it be in charge. Okay, so a little bit we're just shutting our brains off. And once you build up that eye-hand coordination and you look through a stack of papers, you're going to see something and immediately know that it's okay. Just put it down there and it's okay. Thanks, Lynn. This is the one we just did. Remember the paint scraping I did the other day to clean off a card? That we just built this page around it. So intuitive means you're going to let the muse guide your hand. And you're going to keep your mad scientist person that says, oh, you can't put that there. You're going to keep that one busy somewhere else. You're more of an orangey person. I'm more of a blue. Baloo, get baloo. What I was just telling you is, put that away. See how good I am? Slide it in its drawer. What I was telling you about the letting your muse what you do, how that actually is more scientifically explained is that, and this has been debunked, but artists still believe it. There's a right brain and a left brain, and one controls your analytical brain. That's where you do computer programming or working on the computer or something like that, doing math. That's analytical, and there's a right and a wrong on most of it. It's either black or it's white. And then the other side of your brain, the right side of your brain, is where the creativity comes in. The left side of your brain is the one that tells you that's not going to work, that's ugly, you failed last time, why are you trying it again? You'll never get it right. I know y'all have heard that before. That's that little voice that keeps you paralyzed and you're not going to do anything. So when I teach my students, I tell them, outside your studio area, whether it's a room or a spot in your dining room or wherever it is, shake it off, talk to it, tell it to, you stay out here, we're going in here. And that little bit will help you shut off that critical mind. And that's what I mean by intuition. And that's when your left brain shuts up and your right brain takes over. And that's what you call your muse or your intuition. When I'm oil painting, especially on something that requires a lot of concentration, if I play my music, and I like music a lot, on my iPod, my old iPod, I have music that I like, albums that I like, and they don't relate to each other. It might be Beethoven symphony, or then it might jump into a country western. So, but whatever it is, those bring back memories for me. And I plug them in my ear. If I'm playing it through speakers, it doesn't work. I put earbuds in my ears, and that music goes straight into that brain and shuts off that left. Or the left focuses on the music while my right brain's focused on what I'm doing. And the other thing that will shut it down is listening to books on tape. And again, that verbal voice stimulates that left side of the brain, so it's not paying any attention to what Sally's doing over here on the canvas. Those are little tricks I've learned over the years. Thank you very much. And what you're doing too is you're building a tool chest. See, in my tool chest now, I'm going to think, oh, I remember that time I did that red that was the similar color, but it was patterned circle, and it really worked. It didn't have to be in my face. It doesn't have to be solid red, and it worked. So that is a tool in my toolbox, and down the road, I may remember that. I may not be able to find it to look at it, but I can remember it. Those are tools that you build, and the more you work with anything, whether it's cooking or art or whatever, those tools are going to come out when you're having an intuitive session. And that's why when you're learning to paint, I'll shut up here in a minute. When you're learning to paint, you're building your tools from scratch. You've got to know, let me find a brush. Number one, you have to know what the characteristics are of the art medium that you've chosen, whether it's watercolor, oil, or soft pastels, or mixed media jelly printing, just for an example. You've got to know what the characteristics of each of those are and how they're different. So just because you're an expert, possibly you've had more practice with watercolor, does not mean you can carry those elements over into starting oil, because the characteristics of the medium are different. And then once you learn that, then you learn, oh, in watercolor, okay? In watercolor, I can just drop that dark, dirty mess right there and mark across it, and I've got a beautiful mark with this brush. This brush makes that mark. Where, Where, I wonder what that brush will do. It makes a different mark. Or, So you remember those, and if you use them enough, if you use nothing but these two brushes for a week in your watercolor, you're going to have two great tools in your box. You're going to know that you can do this with this brush, and you can do that with this brush, assuming there was something on it. So that's what I call building the tools in your toolbox. Now, the reason that your early paintings are crude is because you don't know those tools yet, and you have to practice and practice to get them. And your tools in your box are different than the tools in mine. Okay, shut up. Shut up. I am talkative today. This is a face. I did an oil painting in a journal just to see if I could oil paint in a journal, which I could. And once the oil was on it, I blotted it. I did an underpainting in raw umber and then blotted it. And that's, you know, it could be usable on something. I'm looking at a napkin. Let's do that. I haven't done any napkins. This one is from Janet. So, yo, Janet, thank you for the napkin. Let me see if I've got some kind of paper that's real delicate. I showed y'all how to make your own glassine, didn't I? I told you about it. You just take paper of any kind and spray it with a gloss spray paint, like Rust-Oleum. And you take it outside, of course, and put it in a little box so it doesn't get all over everything. And then you spray it on one side, wait for it to dry, spray it on the other. And it takes about 3 coats, and you make your own glassine. Isn't that cool? Hey, Sophia. It has. Welcome, welcome. I'm still doing the same old things I have been doing. Okay, these are all the same, so I'm going to just cut this. Ordinarily, I tear them. Like if I wanted to get rid of all the white, I could go around this butterfly with water and then just get that butterfly out. Well, this one, the layers are just falling apart. These always have 2 to 3 layers. I don't think all 3 of those belong to this one, but they're embossed right here, which holds the layers together. And if you're real good or you have long fingernails, if you don't, take a piece of little piece of Scotch tape here and one on the back side and pull them apart, and it'll force that to tear apart. See, this where the embossing is really well put together. Now save these. These are great for stamping. And I just want to see if this does anything. And it doesn't. Go back to the little pile over here. I'll be there in just a minute. I am still coughing this morning after my dear husband threw raw jalapenos in a stir fry. And the juice traveled all the way to where I was sitting. And he died in the kitchen while I was hacking in the living room. Good Lord, that stuff was awful. What am I going to do? Looking for a muse. If I can't come up with something here, that means that I can't come up with something. I do kind of like the way you see through that a little. Okay, so what are you going to do on the other side? Use peace. That's what we'll do. Hey, Nancy. Lurkers are welcome, too. Lurkers don't make much noise. That's why I like lurkers. Okay, so pick which side is the best. There's more of a pattern here. Of course, now this white's going to get a little bit transparent. I think I'm going to use this side. Y'all cross your fingers and toes for a friend of mine who is having a callback on a job interview that she really wants. And I'm not going to speak her name out loud, but Lynn, you know her. And she's got her second interview tomorrow. It's all right. I'm not going to worry about that. Well, good. Just I hope you put it to good use. There, that's where it would fit. I'm just using my fingernail to cut down in that ditch. It's got a professional name, but of course, you know, I don't know what that is. And I do want the pattern to be a little bit off center. I wonder if does a glue stick make the white transparent, or should I get some of my napkin collage stuff. I put some on that corner. It does. It makes it transparent, just like other stuff does. Turn your head, Robin. I am doing this. Like I do this. You put a piece of paper. Oh, that's not paper. I looked at some pictures of these pages last night thinking, I could recreate these layouts in watercolor or something like that, and they would be kind of kitschy. You know, kind of like what you see in prints at Hobby Lobby and IKEA. Oh, look, there's the tear. What you gonna do? There's a little bit of an open time. So that wasn't a ditch cut out of it. That was a tear. About like that. And that's good. Okay, put a piece of paper on top of it. Not that it matters because the napkin's going to be on top. Now, as I'm sitting here musing, I'm wondering how pretty that is. Let's turn this up. So this is another thing. If you use a wet glue, you got to wait longer for it to dry to get these little pieces off. And that paper's not tearing well at all because it's so thin. Now, let's see who I pretty. I'm going to cut that out. Just like that. And it probably is a better idea to use a little brush I don't want a straight edge. Over here, I'm just going to peel a little bit of that off so it's not so obvious. Dirty water on my page. There, just pulling it a little. I guess I need to do the same over here. Just a little. That's enough. And now across the bottom. I'm just getting the white areas. Okay. Rosemary Morris has some of the most beautiful, come on, napkin books. I do not have the patience. Nothing like changing the pattern. Something about like that. Careful. I could wet it again, but living on the wild side. I do too. I love them. Now that's a right pretty background on that. I am really proud of myself. Yeah, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. Let's see what happens here. Man, these are so ticky. The Uhu glue doesn't work with these because it's stiffer. Now, if I had been wanting to pick all three of them up with one hand, pretty much where it lands is where it's going to live. Be careful. Of course, you got more. You got more, so it's okay. Should I try matte medium? That's not disappearing quite like I would like for it to. If I want. Now that is no help at all, Miss Joycey. But you talked me into it. I have this little bottle right here. I bought one of those test packs. I think it was $50. And I got all these little test bottles of golden product. It was on there. It's their deal. Nice size bottles though. Pour it. Okay. Hear that squeaking? That's little boy. I don't think he was ever allowed to bark. He's learning. Because Miss Minnie sure knows how to bark. And I bet you if I coat the top side like we do in mixed media. Come on. Oh, cool, cool, cool. All right, now let's burnish it, and then I'll decide if I'm going to put some. I'm going to go ahead and do that. As long as I use my finger, I think it won't be too fragile. Well, looky there, you found something that wasn't down. Not like I'm going to put something on top of it. Napkins are so pretty to work with. Especially on a printed background like I chose. I did a series of paintings once on wallpaper for that reason, and they really turned out nice. Where? Isn't that pretty? What? That must be my computer. All right, put that up. I knocked my trash off for the 3rd time today. It's a hazmat zone in here. You have to wear steel-toed shoes. Uh-oh. And that's just nice. Now let's see. Just a little scrap. And I think I'm going to paint this with, ta-da, who would have thought it? My transparent orange. Bye, Gail. Yeah, I'll try to remember. Okay, where did... There's my card. I got to remember to put my lid on my glue. Let's borrow you for a minute. See how quickly I learn. And I'm going to put some over here. Oh, that's a bunch. There. Thanks, Joycey, for reminding me. I'm going to dry this. It's another reason I love these real thin layers. I'm going to put some of this on my finger. Just going to make a vignette. There. Okay, I'm going to put this back. There's some quite crunchy tape. It might be cool. And I just made this morning from something else, but that's not enough of a difference. And that's not either, but the white may work. Close, but no cigar. It's fun having your own book. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. This is the one I was reaching for. And then I'm putting them just right back over the holder here. And these use. This one goes here. And I had this clipped. That's interesting. I did this one just this morning too, with some scraps that were on my desk. Oh, actually, it was some scraps in my floor. You can find some real good stuff down there. And then here's the white one. Number 1 or number 2? Okay, it's number 2. It's got a little bit of the brown. Move my hand. Oh yeah, look. These little angular lines over here and these little angular lines over here. That's it. It has a reason. The Muse. I like that a lot. I'm not going to look any further. And it's mine. I always try to pull a little bit of the paper backing off. So it'll stick. Okay, I know I want that there, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I like it crooked. Crooked. I like that. Come out, wherever you are. I'm getting anxious to start the new book. I think it's a little bit bigger than this. The good thing is it'll use up a lot of jelly paper. Okay. I encourage you not to throw away your scraps. Okay, I want to make sure I get all of those lines. So I'm going to pull that up. Not like that. And have a little piece. Not going to throw it away. Excuse me. Damn jalapenos. has an idea. Okay, now which one of these buckets did you put? Got this one with the 4 little. That's it. 4 little. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Begins with a K. Girls. Dancers. Aztec. I want to say kombucha, but that's not it. Okay. Now then, we have brown. It's really dark brown. I know I don't want blue or that one. We tested the green, so there's the ink over. Stand up. That won't show up so much. This has got blue in it. This brown. Midnight blue. Blue. Orange flash and Ganesh. I think Ganesh is really dark. Let's try this. That won't show. So, test this one. That'll work. That's that purplish color. That'll work. I'm going to stamp it on a piece of the napkin we tore off. I think that's just one. I'm not the best stamper in the world. I wonder where that thing went. Well, here, I'll use this. Just a little cushion. One thing about it, if you put it on napkin material like this first, and I'm going to give it a Tim Holtz blow. No, Kichi. They play the horn. They play little. Cockapelli. Yes, thank you. I knew it was a K. I don't remember who made this stamp. Somebody, I think it was Patty Tolly Parrish, told me about it. Or not, didn't tell me, but when she was doing some of her clay stuff. Oh, look, except for that little spot. That is fine. Put that over there. And we want it to come off the paper a little bit. And I'm going to wet it carefully. Well, or not. Just do something to get a ragged edge. Now y'all can tell Janet next time you see her that I used her napkin and it turned out really nice. Come on, you can do it. Got close, didn't you? Mm-hmm. All right, now this can go right here. Now, take a little bit more off here. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Hey, Dan. Are those crosses or church signs? Or plus signs? Cocopelli, the San Francisco treat. All right, this was matte medium under, and I do think that we got a better clearing here. We did the glue. All right, I'll get it. It's getting kind of snaky in here. Kind of working from the center out and just barely tapping it so I don't. Oh, you mean you're doing something else while you're listening to me? I am offended. Beetlemas. I forget about this It's not really a technique. It's just a thing that you can do. But it sure is effective. Okay. Plenty. Ta-da. I like that. Even down to the little extra piece. You see how I let that tape swoop the same pattern? So clever. So clever. It's your muse, and you better not forget it. There. It's 5:30, and I guess Beth will be coming on here in a minute. Dry this. Y'all be nice. I wonder. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the matte medium right there and see if it makes that disappear. This is a different kind of paper, so it may not. The times when you want a wet glue. I believe it transparented it a little bit, but as it dries, it's turning white again. So, different kind of paper. I want y'all to notice something I just noticed. Where's that? Here it is. Now that's fairly square to the camera. Be nice if you could see it. So this piece is angular, and it's angular at the bottom, and the tape follows that edge, and Cocopelli follows that tilt. And then I come down here with that little scrap of washi tape, and I put it square to the world. So don't ask me to explain, but that's just how, that's probably one of my tools in the toolbox from the graphic design days. Yes, I do, Lynn. You want me to try that? It's staying a little bit transparent. Of course, Daddy Vans, I don't think it's going to do anything now that we've put matte medium on it, do you? Daddy Vans. I know right where it is, but it's not popping up. Oh. Chalk paste. Now you're going to want to make me want to find it. There it is. Nope. Yeah. Daddy Vans and chalk paste are in the same jar. No, it's similar. Same, but different. Daddy Vans. There's no telling what I'm liable to sing. I don't think it's, well, keep your mouth shut till you try it. That's kind of like, what do they sing at an ant funeral? Do you know? I'm not right now, so you got to take that into consideration. Dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant. That would have been a good idea earlier before I put the matte medium on it. Pretty. I like that page too. And cutting the butterflies apart kind of helped spread that napkin out a little bit. Productive day, guys. I'm glad you came along for the journey. We got 2 there. I am loving the iridescent orange. And I've got some Deco Art iridescents too. Let's see if they're in here. Golden, golden, golden. Come on now. It should be in this bucket. That'll give me something to look for. Golden. Goes over there. Golden, primary yellow. Golden teal. Those all go in that bucket. Well, I can't show you the decords, but I can show you these other little Goldens. We have Golden Interference Blue. This is all part of that kit I bought. Interference Violet Green. Green. Orange, which is what we've got right there. And green blue. Green orange. You know, these may have been the little bottles that were in that kit. I bet that's it. Now, if you will humor me just a second. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Oh, Titan Buff. Let me look in one place and see if I can find those. Graceful landing. Interference turquoise. Humor me. These are all the media. They're liquid line, like the Golden. Okay, I only found one. That's interesting. So I pulled them out and put them with something else. Okay. Oh, I had a honey hole. Look. Okay, so that's decor. These are the regular. I got some golden, silver. Here's an iridescent. Interference magenta. Interference blue. Violet. I've forgotten all about this little box. Titanium white. Green. Magenta. I have two. I'm on there helping artists. Excuse me. Helping artist program. Translucent white. Damn jalapenos. And there we have it. So I think I have some translucent colors. I'll have to play with some of those, right? Foo, what did he dum did he do? All right. Put the green tea back. Catch up with you guys on chat. I know, I told you I'm not right. Helping Artist program is for working artists, and they will send you, if you teach, they'll send you some products to teach with. And I got into it 4 or 5 years ago. And so they would send me anything that I wanted. And then when I mention them in videos and stuff like that, I should be doing videos where all I'm using are the deco media or the deco arts. But we'll use some of these because I love the way that orange looks. I just think that's beautiful. So now that we know it looks good in here, guess what, guys? We'll be doing some more. All right, I guess I better go see what my little hoodlums are up to. Glad I could make you laugh. Okay, so there's 2. Let's see what we got left. Four. 6. 8. 10. 12. 14. God. 16. And I did 6 this week, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go see what my hoodlums are at. Y'all don't want to listen to them having a fit. They heard my voice, so anyway, I had fun today. Let me put this on a good page because StreamYard uses this. Last week, I think I got, or Tuesday, I got one of these as my ending shot. Let's do it right there. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow or over the weekend. Bye. Get over here in broadcast. Thank you so much for coming, and see you later.